Welcome to another episode of Inspirational Chat, a platform where we interact with leaders who have made an impact in the life of others to tell us how they began their journey, how far it has been with them, and how far they want to go. My guest today is the adorable, beautiful, and sexy broadcast journalist with over 15 years experience. And also, she's a professional stylist coach in Ghana and also works with EIB Network, precisely GH1 TV. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the show Ms Nancy. Welcome to Inspirational Chat.
Thank you, Eva.
It's good to have you on my show.
It's humbling to have you interview me.
Thank you. First of all, let me congratulate you for launching your new book, Steez.
Yeah,
you call it Style with Ease. I like the name, Style with Ease.
Yes.
But before that, let's talk a little bit about your life. Tell us, who is Ms Nancy Adobea Anane?
She is a godly, family-oriented, a bit sophisticated, and yet very humble woman that has purpose and intends to impact and leave my footprints on the soils of this earth long after I'm gone. So that's simply who I am.
Where are you from?
I'm an Ashanti.
Ashanti.
Yes.
Okay, so the name Adobea Anane.
Yeah, Adobea is not exactly a Ashanti name,
Okay.
but you know, Asantis believe that when you have a beloved who is from another tribe and you have so much love and respect for the person, you can name your children after them.
Okay.
Yes, so I was named after a beloved who is not exactly an Asante. I'm from a lot of Asante towns. You know, it's not just one town one comes from. Your dad is from here, your mom is from here, but I've been known to come from Atasamanso, which is quite in the city. So my village is actually one of the finest residential areas in Kumasi.
Wow. You're a stylish coach. What and who inspired you to become a style coach and a sex coach?
Okay, so I didn't start my career as a style coach. I got into style coaching about 4 years or to 5 years ago. But originally I'm a broadcast journalist, like you said, and I loved radio. And I actually commenced since this is an impactful platform, let me say this, I commenced my communication. I commenced my career in communication in a communication center.
Great.
So that's how I started my career in communication. I was discovered in a comm center where I was sitting as a little girl doing the hello, good afternoon, this is Costello Center, and whom are you looking for? Oh, my friend, you remember, catch us about 5 hour reference, or you know. And they called and they loved my voice, and somebody discovered my voice through the telephone.
Okay, so you started as a front desk person?
Yes, technically. A front desk company, a comm center, then it was a communication center. It was a business that was in vogue where people would come and make their calls because mobile phones were not that out at the time. So when people need to keep in touch with their relations, there is a communication center that they call to, and then I would inform them of the times they're supposed to call and all of that. Now
you're talking about your media journey. Where did you start from? A radio station?
Yeah, it was the then Invisible FM, which was eventually sold to multimedia, so it became Ishra FM.
Oh wow!
So it was an English-speaking radio, and I had the opportunity to work with women like Nana Yakunedu, currently on OKFM, Efiatre on UTV, and a host of other, very, very great presenters in Ghana. We all were working at Invisible FM. From Invisible, I went to Inkoso Radio. From Inkoso Radio, I went to Multimedia's Love FM in Kumasi. And then we commenced Ultimate FM of EIB Network.
What are the challenges you encounter in your career as both media professional and a coach?
Truth of the matter is that when it comes to my career, I am not, except when I came to Accra, except when I moved from Ultimate to come to Accra, it became a bit difficult for me. But through my years, most of the things happened to me. I do not
What
even
is it
try.
difficult? Is it living or
My
finding
career
a place
life,
to?
my career life became difficult
Okay.
because I came from Kumasi to, you know, and then I was brought in to Star FM. Star FM to meet men like Boulevard, they were huge in Accra already. Women like Nash Shoko, women like Anita Reskin, and technically at the time there was no place for Ms Nancy on Star FM because indeed it was star-studded and I wasn't a star then. I was just a radio presenter with great years of experience. I'm not a name in Accra.
How did you find your way to get a show on Star FM?
I never had a show on Star FM. I was at the marketing department, so that's where the challenge comes from.
Okay.
And for me, every challenge is supposed to help you grow. Because with over 10 years of radio experience, being loved and celebrated in Kumasi, and I come to Accra, and there wasn't anything for me to do on air, which I was used to because I've gone through the newsroom, to programs, to all of it, you understand? And I came and it was like, I was a novice, and there was no place for me on air. But there was a place for me in the marketing department, which I took. I was not discouraged. I didn't go looking for another radio station to work with. I took the opportunity that I had to be in the marketing department to enhance my knowledge about marketing because I already had studied a bit of marketing. And it gave me great experience and made me better. So with my marketing experience, staying behind, planning and doing projects that would project my colleague star presenters at the time, taught me on how to comport myself, taught me on how to project myself. And when by God's grace I left Star FM and I was brought to GH1 TV and I had an opportunity for TV, I was on top of how to brand myself, how to project myself out there. So our careers usually do not always go as we want them to go. And if you trust in your God and the journey of your life, you realize that even when there is a pause, it's not a stop. So when I was taking off radio for a while, somebody could have decided that, oh, oh, nothing is happening for her anymore. But God was preparing me for what He intended to do with me. And you'll be amazed that as young as 22 years, I was hosting live talk shows on radio.
Wow, 22 years.
Yes, I was that young, but I had this maturity in my voice. I had this great deep head that people thought I was even older when they listened to my content on radio, because luckily radio was not that which you see. It was only, listened to. So I got away with all of those. So Dufe is not so much away from what I used to do on radio.
Interesting. As a stylish coach or a style coach, have you ever regretted in coaching someone?
Oh, not really, but sometimes when your client is difficult. For instance, I'm not just into style coaching because I want to make money. I also want to make an impact. So if you give me your money, your hard-earned money, and I take it joyfully, and I give you the service, and you don't apply the knowledge I have given you, it hurts. It hurts. So it's not a regret, but it can be quite hurtful when you know that this person has paid for the service and I've given my best to the person. The person is just adamant for change. So people want to look fine, but they don't want the process of how to look fine. So if I tell Ima that, Ima, every week you have to go to the salon and barber your hair, because on every Monday you have to look clean, and on every Friday you have to look clean, shaven and all of that, you would wish that you would look that good. But do you have the time and the energy to visit the salon as often as I would suggest to you? That's the thing. So regrets, no, but I sometimes I feel hurt, or it can even make you feel inadequate.
Who have you enjoyed styling so far?
You know, style coaching is quite a confidential one, and so I would not be able to mention names.
Okay.
But there was a particular woman who was beautiful, great legs, great body, intelligent, absolutely. The only challenge that she had was her teeth. Her teeth were not in a good place, and it affected a bit of her confidence.
Do you tell her directly, or?
She came for my services, and when you come for my services, I'm treating you as a professional.
Okay.
So I'd have to tell you, you know. So she didn't know that that was what was affecting her confidence. That is what doesn't make her want to go into people. But when we prescribed the things that she needed to change, we prescribed, I mean, a dental makeover, and she did.
Wow.
Oh, and all the joy and all the confidence that she has.
Who has been your inspiration in terms of styling?
Truthfully, nobody is doing style coaching in Ghana. A lot of people are into personal styling in Ghana. So what I do
is there a difference between personal styling and styling
style coaching?
Style coach.
Okay, so style goes beyond your appearance. Styling, when I say style coaching, it is above your appearance. It is me putting you out there in your best possible form outwardly and preparing your inner person to be equally attractive. So no matter what you wear, how beautiful you look, if you are unable to keep an attitude that is warm and receptive, a lot of opportunities will bypass you. So I groom people so that they do not just look beautiful on the outside, but they are warm and sweet on the inside too, which a lot of people do not. Again, I consider people's profession. So when you come to me, I just do not buy clothing that are your size or shoes that are your size. Who is Ima? How old is he? Is he married or single? What is his financial status? What career does he have? How do I make Ima look better for who he wants to be? So I'm not going to turn you into a Sarkodie who is a musician. I'm not going to turn you into a Stone Boy who is a musician. Neither am I going to turn you into a KOD, even though he's also in the media. I am going to give you a better version of yourself. With your appearance, not a photocopy of someone. Okay. So, but with style coaching, we customly style people. We do not force them to follow fashion.
You are a mom. How do you combine being a mom, a TV presenter, and a style coach?
You see, Accra, as we said, is stay by plan.
Yeah.
And as a 21st century woman, you need to be a great manager of your life. So I manage my life. I'm not afraid to call in for help when I need it, because I need not only to be in good physical health, I need to be in good mental health also. And when you are overwhelmed by being all the three characters that you just explained, it can have an effect on your mental health. And your child will not enjoy you. I mean, I'm not talking about going mad. I'm talking about being warm, being sweet, being kind. A lot of people around are very angry, not because they are bad people, but they are tired, they are stressed, they are overwhelmed with their lives. And so I do my possible best to plan. And I plan, and when I'm tired, I take a break.
About your book, Style with Ease, call it Steez, written by Ms Nancy. What is the inspiration behind this book?
Ima, it's a beautiful one indeed. So I went to study style coaching. I had a lot of knowledge that I thought would bring transformation into the lives of people. I come and I commence my career in style coaching, and I realized that, okay, it is not so cheap to employ a style coach. And there are a lot of people who may need little information to make their lives and themselves better, yet they cannot afford. Do I just deal with the niche, the little or the few people that would be able to have, one, access to me, two, can pay for my services, and grow old and probably even lose my memory or die along the way with all the knowledge that I have acquired, why don't I make my knowledge available to everyone that may need it? So I thought about it. Oh, you would go out on schools, you would do campus tours, you would have women's ministries talk. How many people can I reach? But when I document my knowledge into a little handbook and make it available, every young woman who wishes to have this knowledge would have it. And so I would reach more people. And so this is my gift to my generation. I mean, I just want to impact the lives of people. Emma, you cannot go through this little handbook and not have something to take with you. You would definitely have something that you would take with you. Did you read it?
Yes, I read it.
And what was your
It was
wow point?
especially talking about posture and body language.
I'm glad you noticed that. It has messed a lot of people. People do not know what they are saying with their way they walk, with the way they talk, their facial expressions, their countenance when they are walking and not talking, and it has caused them a lot. I mean, you meet a fine young lady looking for somebody to love. She is not finding somebody, and she is praying and fasting, and she doesn't know that. She has this countenance that says that, stay away from me, I am beachy. And so she gets to know that you can communicate non-verbally with your body language. You can show warmth, you can show receptiveness, you can show niceness with your body language without saying even hello. So there are places I go, I look at people and I give them a smile and I don't even say hello. And they are able to come to me with whatever. So people are losing opportunities because they've not learned the art of a 55% non-verbal communication.
How many days, months, year did you used to write this book?
The information was always available. I mean, for the years of my speaking as a style coach, but it was just sitting down and looking through all my content and knowing what is relevant for my Ghana, what is relevant for a Ghanaian woman, what is relevant that a Ghanaian woman would know about Ghanaian men that would make them better versions of themselves. So it didn't really take long.
Was it easy writing this book?
No, I would not say so.
Wow.
I would not say so.
Okay, so this book, is it made for ladies?
Okay, so this book is basically for women. It has content that's 80% for women and 20% for men. So if a woman buys it, she gets an extra information on how to make her man. I mean, if a lady finds you, she wants to polish you, she wants to customize you, she wants to have that touch on you that makes her feel great that she's had an impact on her man. That is in there. When a man grabs it, he gets to know who a fine lady is, how to groom his own woman, and get some 20% for himself. So I'm being fair. More women than men, actually.
If someone wants to get this book, where should the person get one?
Okay, so Star FM front desk, GH1 TV front desk. I've made it available in some great salons and beauty places in Accra. First is Studio 7 in Jolu, and you get it also at Spa 216 in Jolu. You get it also at Harris and Flair Boutique at East Legon and Spenters and other places. So I just making sure that the books are where the women go. The books are where people that want this information go. So they are not in the bookshops yet, but soon.
Is it online?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon. Soon.
Being a sought after conference speaker, how do you connect with your audience and stay relevant?
Okay, I'm always researching, I'm always studying, and I pay attention to detail. I'm one of the most realistic speakers you would ever come to or listen to, because I don't tell you what I read in a book. If I read something in a book, I would make sure that it is relevant in my part of the world. So you get somebody coming to talk to you about relationship and they will start by saying, dating is when you meet somebody and you are getting to know the person, and when you are ready to get married, you move into courtship, and then you get to engage. The reality of the matter is that these days, from day one, they are sleeping. So where is the process? So there is what technically people are supposed to do and what practically is happening. And so I am one practical speaker. And for those of you who do not know, I am a spirit-filled, tongue-talking Christ girl. And so I am religiously biased towards Christianity. So whatever information I'm giving out there, I link it to the Word of God. That is my belief system. And I respect any other person's belief system. But it is God that I know. It is the scriptures that I know. There is too much knowledge and wisdom and information in the Word of God for it to go. Grooming is in the Bible. Grooming is in the Bible. Talk about the Queen Esther. When she was about to go before the king, all the women that were selected, they were kept in a place and they were physically groomed by the eunuch, giving them the oils that they needed, how to style themselves, how to dress, how to take a bath, how to wear the best linens so that they can appeal to the king. There are women that think that grooming is not of essence, looking good is not of essence, yet they are looking for their kings.
Do you believe in polygamy?
Yes,
Why?
I do. I was raised.
Is it a good thing?
I was raised by two women. My siblings and I, at a point, we lived with our grandfather, who had two wives. Now, those two wives, none of them was my grandmother, which means that the two women that groomed us, raised us, were our step-grandmothers. And we had a beautiful background. We had a beautiful home filled with love and laughter. We had uncles and aunties and cousins from all over. Our house was always full of people. And even though we were not extremely rich, we were comfortable and content. And so I got to know that two women can actually love one man such that they get to love themselves. Let me give you the trick of my story. My grandfather died. My two step-grandmothers are living together. One is very old and the other is not so old. And the one who is not so old and her children are actually taking care of the one who is very old, because fortunately or unfortunately, the older one didn't have any children with my grandfather, but yet she has never been alone in this life. She has never lacked children nor grandchildren. I am her grandchild, not by birth, but by the fact that she was married to my grandfather. And so if there is something that we can do for a grandmother, she gets to appreciate it. So polygamy, when done right, cannot always be wrong. When it's done right, it cannot always be wrong, but it takes a lot of maturity. The difference between a man who is naturally good at polygamy is consent. That the first wife or the first one he marries is aware that other women are coming into the home and accepts them. That is the trick.
Do you have a mantra or a brand that guides you in life?
It's God and it is prayers. Emma, could you believe that before I go on air to host Duvet, every Thursday night I say, God, I'm about to speak words and do things that's supposed to positively impact the lives of people. I pray for your strength and I pray for the power behind my words to bring such changes to them, because the intent of Duvet is to make married lives better. It is great for those who are already married and awesome for people who are getting ready to marry. So we are preparing them ahead of time so that they can skip some of the challenges that the bedroom brings to married couples. So I'm more religious or I'm more Christian than most people assume.
If you were to sum up your life, what encouraging words do you have for women in Africa?
I think my life has been life full. Life full, because it's just as life is supposed to be, with growth, with time, with process, with failures and successes. And I dare to celebrate my little successes And one of the things I have learned over the years is not to leave your confidence at the mercy of other people. Because if I had left my confidence at the mercy of other people, I wouldn't have come here. We have very mean people in the system, even though we have great people. People who do not want you to believe you are great. People that know you are great, but they want you to believe you are nothing. Yes, and so when you believe in yourself and you have certain abilities, polish it, shine it. Whenever you have an ability, show them. Whenever you are given an opportunity, show them. It is said that success comes when opportunity and preparation meets. So right now that you are waiting for that great door or opportunity to open to you, keep preparing yourself. And that little opportunity, when you are given it, make it major, make it huge, impact, and make your mark. And you will know that you get there eventually, if not now.
If not now. Ms. Nancy, thank you for coming to Inspirational Chats. I'm inspired by your story.
Emma, I am inspired by a young man I met several years ago at my front desk, very humbling, watching, serving, and finding his own way. And here I am with a celebrity blogger
Having an interview
interviewing me. And that is what life is about, growth and process. And I'm excited about the future. I am.
Thank you very much for the time.